Hello and welcome to another one of our videos. This is our 2018 BMW M Sport Shadow Edition Touring. This is the auto gearbox, the ZF 8-speed gearbox. The car is finished in mineral grey metallic. It's a one owner from new car, so no previous keepers, just the one owner. Sometimes people say one former keeper and it's actually two. This is a one owner car, just to make that crystal clear. So basically, I'm going to take you around the car. It's done 55,000 miles, full dealer history. All our cars are checked and serviced by the local BMW specialist. And any work that's carried out goes into the iDrive, which I'll show you when we come to the interior. Now, the Shadow Edition gets the darker band in the bottom of the headlight there. The black gloss kidney grills that we've got down at the front here. You get the black gloss wing mirror covers. You see there. And if we come to the rear, the lights are actually on, but the rear lights, the lenses are slightly smoked, so they're slightly darker than the bright red ones on the standard car. You get the sun protection glass as well. And also, I think the exhaust tips are the anodized ones, the dark ones, opposed to the chrome ones. So everything basically on the car is sort of darker to give that shadow effect. I'll just bring you round. So the whole car's been detailed and machine polished. A lot of time is taken doing each panel meticulously to take out as many little fine scratches that you get from, all the washing that the cars have over the years with sponges that pick up bits of grit. So it's not just running a mop over the car. Each panel is done in a way to take out as much of that as possible. And then we use an orbiting polisher, which then puts a nice glossy finish, and it sort of oscillates around as it spins to take out any holograms that you see in the sun, basically. So you get a nice crystal clear shine. You see all of the paintwork is in really nice condition. Just take you over that bonnet. And up onto the windscreen. All lovely. If we come up onto the roof, there are no scratches or bird dropping stains. All in lovely condition, there's no damage up there at all. Had a good look round the car before we did the video, so we could point out any little marks, but there's really nothing. You see how lovely that shine is. And the paintwork always feels really smooth to touch, which means when you wax it or you put any of the paint products on, you get a really nice beading effect when you get water on the car, because it's got this nice slippery surface. We've got the 704M 19-inch alloy wheels on this car. Now, it looks like the previous owner has had those finished in the Orbit Grey. Quite often the wheels are diamond cut, and it may be that they had a couple of little marks on them and he decided to go Orbit Grey, which a lot of people do go one colour now. We've got the M Sport brakes there as well. Just have a look at the wheel at the back. If we look at the side profile of the car, down the sides, all nice and straight. There's no ding dents or anything. No marks on the rear bumper. Been debadged as well on this one. You've seen all up there. And just for those who don't know, you can open the tailgate glass separately, like so. I've got the covers inside. I'll come back to the boot in a minute. Just take a quick look around the fuel cap. There's no scratches around here. Really nice condition. Obviously taken a lot of care to look after the car. And the wheel there. I'll just come back out and show you the side profile from here. Move around to the front again. If you look down the side of the car from here, you can see just how nice the panels are. Okay, so let's take a look inside. Got the heads-up display on this car as well. I'll show you the view from inside, but there's the panel there. Got the high beam assist with the camera there. So we've got the black Dakota leather. And we've got, on this one, we've got the, I think it's either white or oyster stitching, contrasting stitching. You can just see running through the middle there. And no damage on the door cards. Got the puddle lights underneath, all nice and clean under there. Got the Harman Kardon sound system, the speakers in the door cards, speakers under the seat, speakers up on the top here. And in the back of the car, additional speakers. We've got the carbon effect trim with the, I think they call it the, what's it called? Chrome effect trim at the top. All of the door shut. And the seat, as you can see, all in really nice condition, all of the rubbers around. Take a look at we've got the original mats in the car as well. All the carpets are nice. No damage on the dash, by the way. No scratches. All the seat, the bolsters. Show you that side as well. And then we've got the, I think it's called the Oyster Highlight. The piping there, which is optional. And the stitching carries up onto the headrest. The little rocker button here inflates the bolsters either side. And then we've got the professional media, which is touchscreen on this model. Heated seats, dual climate control, the iDrive wheel, which you can write on the top of. We'll come back to the interior front in a second. Let's take a look at the rear. So again, the door card, all in really nice condition. No scratch. There's always a couple of little tiny winch seat. Let me just get a focus on this if I can. Tiny little chip on there, but nothing to speak of. And the puddle lights continue into the rear as well. So how clean it is all up under there. All the door shuts. And then down here, no scratches, no seat belts have been jammed in there or anything like that. It's quite common to see scratches and dents there, but this one's all good. Back of the seats again, all nice, got all the carpets in there, the Dakota leather, and those impressions you can see on there. I've just been leaning in the car, and if you push down like that, it leaves an impression, so that's just where I've been leaning in the car, wiping it round. Got the folding headrests all the way along the back, not just in the centre. We've got the centre armrest as well. All nice in there. Just see up on the top there, got the Harman Kardon speakers as well, and the roof lining. Come out the back. Now we're going to open up the tailgate. It's all electric. So let's start up the top here. Really nice condition actually. There's nothing to speak of up there actually. Quite often these have got a few little chips or scuffs in. A couple of little bits have been polished. It's all nice and clean. All lovely and clean around here. All the trims, all the glass, all of the lines in the heated element, all of the rubbers, top of the back bumper as well. No marks there. And then if I pull this out for you, you can see there's no damage or rips or tears or anything. These are very expensive to buy, so the last thing you want is a damaged one. And again, all this netting, which can also be attached to the seats on these brackets here underneath. It slides into there, so when the seat's folded forward, you can pull the netting up and it clips just up in front of the handles up there, either side, and that will stop luggage from being thrown forward when you brake. And we've got the extended storage in this car. We've got a 12-volt socket, we've got little hooks here for your shopping bags, first aid, all nice and clean in there. And then we've got a cubby hole underneath there, quite handy. And then in here we've got the extended storage. This is like a telescopic, it sort of pulls out, it's got a sliding bar in between, and you can fix it into these little lugs either side, and so you can separate the boot basically so that things don't slide around. And then this parcel shelf here will actually, when that's taken out, when this is taken out, will actually fit across in here. You can store it away. Got the locking wheel nut there, towing eye. It just shows you that once you've taken the net out, you can store that in the back. Looks like you can store either cover in the back actually. So put that like that. It's come out of there. We've shown around the filler cap. So we'll open up the side. Again, door card, no marks on there. And as he says that, he's dropped his paperwork underneath the car. So just grab that back. Right, got it. No, nothing on there, nothing on the door edge. Again, the puddle light. You've got a very, very fine little tiny mark there, nothing to speak of. All of the shuts and the rubbers around the the door aperture and the lever. So much bright light from above, it's quite frustrating, this camera. Anyway, I think we've covered in there, so that's all good. And it's worth pointing out also there is lighting underneath the handles. So when you undo the doors, they come on. If we were to press and hold the button to lock, the mirrors will actually fold in. And then when we unlock, they'll come out as well. Handy feature, just put these lights over to auto. And manually, you can use the button on the interior here to fold the mirrors in. Because it has the anti-dazzle folding mirrors, it also has auto dip when you go into reverse. Now, auto dip can be turned on and off depending which side you leave the switch. This is the switch you also use to go from left and right mirror to adjust it. Look at the seal along the bottom here. No scratches or anything. Everything's there, all your tyre temperature plaques. And then we've got the extended storage, continues to the front here. A little cubby hole. And the driver's seat, let's check the driver's seat out. Just take it up like so. Show you all around here before I jump in. Okay, I think I might need to just move the seat back a fraction. Okay, so start the car up, and straight away you're going to notice that we've got the door open. There we go. So this is what they call digital cockpit. Let's just turn that fan down. Now I'm going to use the BC button here. The one at the bottom is adaptive lights. Sorry, not adaptive, high beam assist. That uses the camera up on the top here to see the light from the cars coming towards you and dip your headlights automatically for you. But we use the BC button and that'll take us through. You can press and hold to reset, and then the mileage is there, 55,526. Now, when we use the different drive modes, which are down here, we've got Eco Pro, Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus. It's currently in Comfort. In fact, using this mode button here, which is usually used for the full black panel display. Oh, we've got high bit. We have, sorry, let me just do something. We have heads up display on. So just for a second, I'm going to turn that off. There we go. So now we can have the online entertainment either down here, music collection, DAB, and using the scroll button here, we can have the channels down here. Using the Eco Pro, it will then show you that. And also in Eco Pro, the display changes to give you your economy settings. Obviously you can see when you're driving more economically there, and also up on here you can configure your economy settings. Coasting, for example, allows the car, if you turn it off, you'll see the efficiency just down here drops to 82. Put it back on 92%. That basically, when you come off the throttle, the car goes into like neutral, so there's no engine braking, so it just rolls on, better for fuel economy. And you change your driving style, obviously. So back into Comfort, and then if you go Sport Plus, again the windows change. We've got the speed on the left, and then we've got gear selection on the right, and put it into Sport, put it into manual, etc. Put it back into Park, and so you've still got all your DAB there. Now up on the dash here, sorry, the iDrive, this is turning the heads up display back on. Tells you what information you can have on the heads up display. You can then adjust the brightness, the height of the heads up display, let's bring it up a little bit, and the rotation. Now what the rotation will do is adjust whether it's like that or like that. So where is it? It is, I'll get a focus on it. There you go. There's your heads up display. Flicking through the DAB channels, you can see the 0 is for the speed. Obviously we're trying to pick it up on the, you see it's slightly wonky. We can straighten that out. And now it's straighter. We can turn that back a bit and get it so it's straight to the person that sat behind the steering wheel. So that's your heads up display. Let's just come out of this window. Now this system is there we go, touch screen as well, and we can move the windows, or tiles as some people call them, around. You can shift this around, go into my vehicle. I use the iDrive wheels just to get my hand out of the way, and then we've got all the various setting, your lights. In fact, if we go into lights, interior lighting, it's always in Sport. Why people think that Sport on your lights, you can have faster lights. You can't actually see much though, that's the problem I find. So if we put the lighting on, what you'll notice now is you can now see the orange glow around here. I'll flip it into Sport. You see that in white it doesn't really stand out much, so I'll just leave it in Classic. So you've got the extended lighting under there, And then under the door cards as well, let's try and excuse fingers. There we go. Up under there you've got the lighting as well. Excuse me. Get that straightened out. So that's all of the settings and driver profiles, etc. Driver information, owner's handbook. Everything in that owner's handbook is physically on this car. Unlike the books, we've got the books in here, but the books just show everything that is available. But the one inside the car in the iDrive shows physically what's on the car. And then we have, so we'll go into the service history first. We'll go down to the first one, so pre-delivery inspection, and then it had a service, oil and microfilter, and then another one which would be, that was actually a big service. So that had oil, microfilter, vehicle check, engine cleaner, fuel filter, and that was done in January. And then it's just had another service, engine oil, brake fluid and microfilter. So all of that looks pretty much up to date, but it will go in for a checkup and check all the brakes, etc. And there you go. So that's all of the history that's in the car. Like I say, they all go round to be checked over, and if anything needs doing, it'll all be done. Okay, navigation. Let's go into the map. Got all your map there, sub menus down the side. Put it into perspective. You can save these windows with these buttons. You can save radio stations, and you can save telephone numbers in there. We've got dual climate control down here. We've got the heated seats. The iDrive wheel, which you can write on the top of here. So very quick example, enter destination, address input, and then with your finger you can use a voice input or just write with your finger on the top. Postcodes, town, whichever, and then the switch to the other side, shortcut through there. Okay, what else do we have? So we've got concierge service, extended storage. We've got heated steering wheel. So up under here we've got heated steering wheel as well, nice feature. Cup holders, etc. down here. Just move my paperwork out. Reverse camera. We've also got on the left here, you can put on the parking guidelines and the obstacle markers as well. Let's put it back into park. And sliding armrest, folding headrest we've mentioned. I think we've pretty much mentioned everything. So let's get outside and have a look under the bonnet. So 2 pulls releases the bonnet. This is the twin power turbo, which is dual core, so 2 inlets into the turbo, and they're also on the 335, they're actually physically 2 turbos as well, one above the other just down here. But this whole engine bay is cleaned by hand using WD-40, which is a nice safe product to use around the engine bay. We like to present the cars really nicely, and all of the leaves are hoovered out inside these areas to make sure that the waterways are all free and not blocked up. You don't want to jet wash in there and turn it to a mush, because it will just create problems. Just as shiny under there as it is on the outside. Fantastic engine, 315 PS, which is about, I think it's 310.73 or something brake horsepower. PS is another form of brake horsepower. You can Google it. I found it quite boring to read up on. You just want one figure really. But 630 newton meters of torque, I think it is. So a huge amount of power, a lot of acceleration, and fantastic fuel economy. You can get 50 to the gallon on these in the Economy Pro, driven right. So we have lots of finance packages, warranty packages as well, all dealer facilities, and we do life shine, so you can protect your paintwork, etc. So if you have any questions, they're very desirable, these 335s. They always have been, and they're very hard to locate at the moment with a nice spec. Like I say, if there's anything that I haven't pointed out in the video, pick up the phone and speak to me. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a good weekend. Bye.